When it comes to romance scams, I've always considered myself a bit of a fraud magnet. I regularly get friends requests from lonely lads in Nigeria wanting a friend, and buxom blondes in Eastern Europe wanting to show me their boobs. And the thought occurs, should I introduce them to each other? I mean, seems a shame that she sat over there in Prague, wanting to show some random stranger her bazooms, whilst he sat there feeling his loneliness in Lagos, and never the twain, as they say. Bit of a no-brainer when you think about it. Do unto others. That's my motto. That's why I make a point of cultivating the attentions of scammers. I figure, if they want to waste people's time, then why shouldn't I waste theirs? At least as long as they're occupied with me, they aren't bothering anyone else. And it helps pass the time when there's nothing on the TV, like 365 days a year. I increased my chances by setting up fake female internet dating profiles. 2/3 of reported victims are, sadly, women. So in my latest incarnation I've become Karen, a wealthy divorcee looking for love in all the wrong places. The ad goes along the lines of, recently widowed millionairess 55 seeks US soldier deployed in the Middle East with no access to FaceTime applications for friendship, leading to marriage. Time wasters need not apply. Sooner than you could say ka-ching, Karen had 4 suitors, all fitting the bill. I decided to concentrate on the one who called himself Mike Smith. There was just something strangely generic about Mike Smith, and he was certainly enthusiastic. By day 2, he told me he was in love. On day 3, he wanted to marry me. I didn't mention my beard. A girl has to have some secrets. He manoeuvred the conversation away from the dating site and bombarded me with texts. There were messages morning, noon and night. He was like a man obsessed. After a week, Mike Smith said he wanted to speak on the phone. I took the call. We got off to a shaky start. After a brief silence, this US soldier with a surprisingly thick African accent told me I had a deep voice for a woman. But I explained it away by telling him I had a bad case of the sniffles and smoked 80 a day, though I promised to quit once we'd tied the knot. There was no stopping him after that. I kept him on the phone for hours. Hours and hours. Content in the knowledge it was his phone bill. And it was so easy to talk to him. We had so much in common, see. Turned out we both loved wining and dining and the finer things in life. Who knew? Moreover, he accepted me with all my faults and foibles. The uncontrollable flatulence, my hairy back. In fact, he said they made him love me more. What a charmer. In no time at all we were choosing crockery and furniture together from Argos online. He bought me some gorgeous gifts. Well, I bought them. But he has promised to pay me back once he's received that sizable inheritance from an elderly relative. She's at death's door, poor thing. And I did get some lovely things. Then imagine my shock just over a week into this whirlwind courtship when I got the fateful text from his hospital bed with the news that whilst out on patrol he'd slipped on a banana skin, only to then be run over by a passing steamroller. To add insult to injury, the doctor was refusing to reinflate him without the medical bills being paid up front, and could I send him 50,000? I told him 50k was a lot of money, but he reassured me that we would soon be married and then he'd have access to all my cash, so to consider it as merely an advance. I admitted regretfully that even so it would take a few days to arrange the transfer, and could he possibly hold out that long? He said he'd try, and somehow summoned up the strength to text his bank details. Most victims are too embarrassed to go to the police. Hardly surprising. Vulnerability is what they target. We all need an advocate at times. That's why I informed the bank in question and reported him to the dating website and to internet fraud. I never sent him the money. Never even sent him a get well card. I couldn't. He never gave me his address.